New Year. Of course, we're starting off 2025 like we started off 2024, 2023 without Jay. That was a lock. That was the lock of the year, I think. Like if we were going to place bets, who was going to be on to start to kick off 2025, it was going to be just you and I.
Yeah, we're pretty safe money.
Even money. But there's new teams, a new league, Tomorrow Golf League, founded by Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy, sponsored by a bunch of celebrities. So they like the team concept as well. So let's just figure it out. Let's throw it out there. Let's see who we think is the best team that's been thrown together. Some of them are location based, Stinger, Ripper, Boston Common, because Hideki Matsuyama is, when I think of Boston, I think of Hideki Matsuyama.
Obviously. It's obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like San Francisco, the Bay Area. I mean, what says Bay Area more than Shane Lowry?
Maybe in the end.
Yes. Yeah, you threw me off. I knew that joke was coming, and I still wasn't ready for it.
Sorry, I'm so predictable.
So I set up a bracket, which you can see right here. I'll put it on the screen when we're doing this video. And Jay's probably going to join us as we advance through this tournament, hopefully, and we'll catch him up when where we're at. But what we'll do is he'll end up being the tie-breaking vote if there needs to be one. But for these play-in games, we have 4 LIV teams. This will make sure that 10 LIV. That's correct. 6 TGL, 10 LIV. That is as fair as I can make a 16-team bracket between these 2 leagues. So we're going to knock 2 teams from LIV out before the tournament even starts. So I'm going to let you take out either the High Flyers or the 4 Aces. This is how the tournament would play out in real life. They would play 1 TGL match and 1 on-course match. Home and home. So I'm going to let you take this one. Phil and the High Flyers, EJ and the 4 Aces. Who advances?
I'm cutting the Flyers.
Yeah. They've been underwhelming for sure. I will say, I have to say this. I haven't really been a Phil guy, but I think I'm becoming a Phil guy just with his YouTube stuff.
Why is it because you guys are the same age?
Phil, if you want to send out some of your coffee, your gummies, any of your 4 wellness stuff, yeah, we'll take it. We love that. We love it. Yeah, 4 Aces advance. They're a better team. As a lifelong 4 Aces fan, I'll agree. That's why I stepped aside for that first.
It's so funny. I just noticed the shirt that you're wearing. Did somebody find that in a garbage bag in Uganda and just like ship it to you?
Let's just let the playoffs play out. Okay? Let's just let the playoffs play.
We'll see.
We'll see if you guys get through. And we'll see if we can
see
meet
if
again.
We'll see if you guys make it through.
We'll see if we can make it through. I think we got to need a little easier. Who'd you guys get? You got Green Bay.
We get Green Bay.
Oh, yeah, we got an easier round. Range Goats Majestics is the match that I get to play in. By the way, the 4 Aces advance to take on the number 1 seed, Your Crushers GC, which we know where that will go.
We do.
Majestics, Range Goats. Winner gets Tiger Woods, Jupiter Lynx in the first round. Man, this is not that easy. Again, Thomas Peters is not on the Range Goats any longer. Bubba Watson's technically relegated, and so we have no idea. We've got Matt Wolf and Peter Uihlein, potentially Bubba Watson, potentially another PGA player coming over, potentially. I mean, I have no idea how the Range Goats are going to put their team together. But we also know the Majestics have not been able to get on the podium and LIV, and so that does not bode well for their chances to win a match against another team.
Meanwhile, if it's the right week, the Goats have pretty good showings.
They have. Peter Uihlein, we've seen it. When Peter Uihlein's putting, that team does well. When Matt Wolf is doing Matt Wolf things at 25 years old, which he did last year, the Range Goats can be in contention. So they're a better team. They're just a better team. Even if you just put Bubba back on the team and add some unproven player, I still think, sadly for the Majestics, because I do like Pulse. I do think Stenson can still play, but Westwood and Horsfeld just don't do it for me. And so we're going to move the Range Goats along. We'll see how long they can hang in this tournament. So we're down to 16, 1 through 16. We've got Crushers, Jupiter Lynx, Legion 13 as the 3 seed, LA Golf Club as the 4 seed. Then we get the 5 seed Ripper. The 6 seed are the Bay East Golf Club. The 7 seed Smash, 8-9 matchup, Atlanta Drive and Fireballs. You can see the rest. Boston Common as 10, Stinger at 11, New York GC at 12, the Cleeks at 13, the Ironheads at 14. Let's just start with the easy one. Can the Crushers, I'm going to let you decide this one here. Can the Crushers get beat by the Four Aces in any realm. Now they're playing indoor too, so now we're into the real tournament here. Playing an indoor TGL match. Apparently, you get like redos. There's a referee.
There's
You hit.
timeouts. There's
There's yeah. Who know? I mean, there's fake fans in the audience. Did you see that, by the way?
Yeah, no,
I know you
well,
did.
they're
Yeah,
not fake fans. They're just okay. So here's that's fine. That's fine. But remember, a fan can be a fan whether they're paid to be there or not, right? We're not talking about like,
yeah.
you
Okay.
know, we're not talking about when you watch a commercial and it's like these are paid testimonials,
Okay.
paid customer testimonials or unpaid customer testimonials or anything like that. I mean, like people in the stands, like they need people in the stands. They
They do.
they spent money to have it look good, and they have the tickets that are expensive. They recognize that in order to get things going, people need to look like they're enjoying it and be in the seats. So what better
You
than
have been hang. You've been hanging out with Cheats too long. You're officially becoming a PGA guy.
wait a second. Whoa, 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 hold on. I think it's soulless. I'm not saying like I'm just saying I
Okay.
understand it. All right. It's like the first year that the NFL team in Washington changed their name to the Commanders. Redskins fans had completely given up, and the Washington football team fans were only 2 years old, so they didn't know what was going on.
They were babies. Yeah, they were
Right,
babies.
right. So it was like, well, we got to start paying people to be in the fan. So that's what they did. I think I'm shocked that you don't understand this.
No, listen. I fully support paying people to be your fan. Like, if
Well,
somebody
no,
wants
to
to
be
pay us,
fair, they're paying them to be there at the match, not to be a
okay,
fan.
okay, okay, fair enough. If somebody wants to fly me out somewhere to watch golf, I'll go.
Right. And here, well, really quick. I mean, what makes a fan? Is a fan someone? I don't really mean to get existential about this, but is a fan someone like, oh, I follow him on Twitter, so I guess I'm a fan? Like, or is it like, oh, hey, Aaron, are you a fan of Live Golf? And then you say yes. Like, does that officially make you a fan? Do you have to know a minimum of 10 people playing in that league in order to be considered a fan?
I hope not.
Like what are all these stipulations? You know what I mean?
I
So
think it's just if you enjoy it. Yeah, I'm with you. If there people are there and they're gonna enjoy the event, then I think that's enough.
yeah. Hey, I'm in
Yeah,
Southern Florida. It's Southern Florida, Central Florida, Southern
it's like
Florida.
East Coast. Yeah, East
Yeah,
Coast.
I'm in Florida, and I have nothing to do on a Saturday night or a Sunday night. So yeah, I'll make $200 to watch a bunch of rich people hit golf balls into a simulator. Cool. I mean, if they're going so far as to pump to pay people to be there, they're going to pump in crowd noise.
Oh my gosh,
I'd love to be I'd
100%.
love to be sitting there like, where's all this noise coming from? Because I don't see a single fucking person cheering. I don't see anybody cheering. This is
It'll be
crazy.
interesting. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see if they have cardboard cutouts of people or what they have in the stands. It will be super interesting to see. For me, the cynic in me hopes that it's just a bunch of old women who are just sitting there. Fans are whatever. Fans are whatever you want to make them. I agree with you. Um,
I mean, it's
but
just a fair, people that are there. You don't have to call them fans.
sure, sure. Attendees. We'll call them attendees.
I would love for the camera to pan around. It's just a whole bunch of people with their face lit up by their phones. Huh? What? They said I had to come here. They didn't say I had to pay
Yeah,
attention.
we're gonna watch. We're gonna
Of course we're
watch.
gonna watch.
Uh, we're
You
gonna watch.
can't I can't in good conscience, and we all know how much conscience I actually have, but I
Yeah,
can't in good conscience
zero.
talk shit about something and not have at least watched the
Something. Yeah.
highlights. If they're already I'll watch the lights, right? Low lights, highlights, somewhere in between.
All right. So the Crushers
Back to the
advance.
bracket. We
Let's
went on a
yeah, back to
tangent
that.
there.
I mean, it's super easy for you, right? The Crushers advance.
Yes.
They're better than the Four Aces. They might be the best team in golf. We'll find out here in a second. So we'll just keep going down. We'll go to 8, 9, which when we get to these teams, it's going to be difficult because we know nothing about the TGL. No one knows anything
I
about
mean,
TGL, like you're saying. So
we have the teams, right?
right, but we don't know how well they play. We don't even know the rules of TGL. Like for real, we don't even know the rules. So how can we say we know who's going to win? We'll just assume it's basic simulator golf match play, right? That's kind of what they've been telling us. So Atlanta is made up of Justin Thomas, Patrick Cantley, Billy Horschel, and Lucas Glover. And then, of course, you've got the Fireballs headed up by Sergio and Abe Answer.
I feel like the
Um,
Fireballs are playing really good golf, though. I have a
oh
hard time
yeah,
putting my money against the Fireballs in this one, and that's just me. What do you think?
yeah, and Patrick Cantlay hasn't had a top 10 finish in a very long time on a PGA Tour. Justin Thomas is a shell of himself if he ever was a great golfer. That's to be debated anyway. The other two guys don't scare me. Sergio's playing some of the best golf in his life. Abe Answer is a horse for the course type of guy. So when he can just kind of spray it anywhere, he's a short king, but he hits the ball far. And when he's not penalized for missing fairways, similar to Cam Smith, he can get hot, play well. But yeah, the Fireballs are advancing 100%. So we're in agreement there. We'll keep going down.
And then you have Los Angeles Golf Club of Colin Morikawa, Sadiq Theegala, Tommy Fleetwood, Justin Rose versus the Cleeks. I mean, after what the Cleeks are doing this year, I have a hard time. I think this is a competition.
This would be really fun to watch. Colin Morikawa is playing amazing golf. Just finished
Yeah,
second again this century.
right.
He's been in it. He was in it every single major championship last year. He was right there. He was playing well. And then you have Richard Bland, who won 2 senior majors, 51 years old, playing, I mean, super highly competitive golf. Martin Keimer was in the mix in a few tournaments. They just signed Mr. Ketchup to a deal. Who else is on that Atlanta team?
You mean the LA
Not
Golf
Atlanta.
Club?
Not Atlanta.
Colin Morikawa, Theegala, Fleetwood, and Rose.
Yeah, and
Theegala's the
I
white
trust.
guy, right?
I know he's the Austin hair lip.
Wow. It's better than having a huge schnoz, though, I guess, right?
It's true. Justin Rose is a sound golfer. Plenty of Ryder Cup history. Actually played pretty decently in 2024. I got to be fair. I like Rosie and Tommy Fleetwood. I think is more of a name than anything. This is a really tough one. This is a really tough one. This is probably the toughest. Who do you think?
I give the Cleeks the edge.
Yeah, it's tough. I think
Okay,
the
okay.
best player.
So you said before, and we kind of talked shit about it before, and I don't remember what the rules are, but you said there are rules about like timeouts and certain plays that can be done.
Yeah, it's like a hammer. You can go and it counts for 2 points or something. I don't know.
My point is that the cliques have been playing golf together for 3 years now, for the most part.
That's true.
They know they're each other's game, like pretty much in and out, right? They're a good team. This is why I think in this kind of competition between the two of them, that if you put them in the scenario where they're doing the TGL style golf, I think they'll be better than the teams that are currently doing it because how many times do you think these guys have already played golf together in this
Yeah.
setting?
No, it's a good
like
point.
like you know the guys on the cliques, if given an opportunity to call a timeout when they're recognizing something like that kind of familiarity takes time to build, time that the teams that are currently in TGL don't have yet. It's just they don't, so it's something that's going to have to be gone over time. So that's why, for if I'm looking at a competition here like this that's deadlocked, I kind of have to give the edge to the cliques, that even though if they're playing in a format that's different than like TGL, if it gives them an opportunity to use things like that, where it really is important that you know the other guys that you play with, how they golf, you can't not give them the edge, right?
No,
And
I
the
think
look
all
on
your
your
points are
face tells
valid.
me this is not something you thought of.
It's not something I thought of because really what I thought of was in golf, in team golf, a lot of times that the leader is more on the course. So it's like, everyone's trying to strive to be as good as, let's take the Ryder Cup, for example, Rory, right? Like everyone on the European team wants to be Rory that week, or on the US team when it was like, Phil and Tiger. Everyone wanted to be that guy for the week, right? So they're looking at their teammate and watching their teammate play. And if LA Golf Club guys like Tommy Fleetwood, watch Colin Morikawa the way he's playing right now, I think that gives them an edge because Colin Morikawa is the best golfer in this group. So that was my only hesitation.
Here's
He's the
but
best
here's
golfer.
here's something that you're missing out on. You're absolutely right. In those kind of
Event,
situations, they are watching they're like, oh, I want to play like him. But in the live golf, it's a shotgun. You're not
right?
watching your
You're not.
teammates play
You're watching the
golf.
scoreboard, right? You're watching
You're
the
watching a
scoreboard.
scoreboard because you're playing at the same time they are. And that whole idea that you're watching your teammate and trying to, "Oh, well, he's doing this, so I need to do this," that kind of thing is out the window. right? Because you're playing either a couple of holes ahead or a couple of holes behind, depending on how it kind of stretches out, right?
Agreed. Agreed. Cleeks, move on. You've convinced me. You've convinced me.
I do what I can.
All right, Ripper,
Ugh.
gonna be tough. Gonna be tough to beat. They won. They already won a match play tournament this year or last year. They're the live champions of the team competition. So they kind of got hosed here with the 5 seed, I think. New York Golf Club. Who's on that team? I don't even have that up. I would
Shoffley,
love to have that up.
Fowler, Fitzpatrick, and
Oh,
Young. Yeah, it's
yeah.
tough.
So okay.
It's tough.
Yeah. So I mean, that's just 5-12, man. That is a really the best golfer is Shoffley. There's no doubt about that. He is buddies with Ricky Fowler, so they have some closeness there. I think the New York Golf Club of anything is probably the most familiar with each other. Those guys play a lot of golf together. They're
Right.
friends off the course, so you can throw out the Ripper, our best buds in Australia, and shoeys and the whole thing. Man, I think Ripper got hosed here. I think they got a tough draw. Super inconsistent. Ripper, certainly a lot of highs, big dips. Matt Jones is old, and New York does not have that issue on their roster. They don't have a guy who you're like, I mean, they got 4 guys who are in the top 60 in
Yeah,
the world, and so that's tough. I'm not because this is a homer pick or whatever, New York homer pick, but I'm gonna advance. I know that we had a lot of Australians who are gonna tell us that Ripper is gonna win, and we're gonna get crushed for this.
it's all right. It's down under, so it's really being pushed up, and they're not crushing us. So
They're
it's
gonna throw
opposite.
us off the
Their
yeah. They're
toilets
gonna
go the other way. And so
yeah. So we will advance New York Golf Club. All right. The Range Goats and Jupiter Lynx. Who's really on Tiger's team?
scrolling back up. Tiger, Max Homa, Tom Kim, Kevin Kisner. Kisner looks like
Brutal.
he
This is
touches himself looking at children.
Who am
His
I?
is
He's
not.
got a look on his face that says, "In accordance with Megan's law, I have to inform you." Yada yada yada.
Tiger cannot walk 18 holes. Kevin Kisner's the worst golfer out of the 8, no matter who we put on the Range Goats. I can't. Max Homa's never won a thing in his life, and so I mean he loses at the carnival games and all that. He's he's a great social media follow. Would love to have him in the LIV Golf League. He's so much fun. Doesn't make you a great golfer. So I am taking in the goats in the upset.
Okay, fair.
You hate it?
I don't hate it because I don't like who Tiger is now. So I don't like what he represents. So we'll move on with the Groats.
Okay, this is the absolute, I think, hardest first round matchup. The 7-10. Brooks Koepka, Smash GC, Rory McIlroy, Boston Common. This is murderers. This is a murderer's match right here. I can't even weigh in. My literal favorite LIV golfer and my literal favorite PGA Tour golfer. Rory and the Frogs, Taylor Gooch and Smash. I can't pick. You can't make me choose between them.
What's going on?
It's not easy, man. This is not easy.
Is Jay in here?
No, this would be a perfect time for him to join in, though. All right, Jay, you're the tiebreaker here.
Yeah, Rory and Brooks. I mean, we all saw how it went down in the last one. Rory just outplayed everybody. But I mean, I'll always back Brooks, just like I'll always back Bryson. They always have a chance to beat anybody in the world. Are you're just doing head to head, like one guy versus one guy, or team versus team?
Team versus team.
So who was on Rory's team? Shane Lowry.
Wyndham Clark.
Ugh.
No, I don't know.
Le-
I'm making things
most.
up.
Oh,
I'm making things up. Yeah. Jerome's on the TGL rosters.
So
Shane,
Boston
it's
Common Golf is McElroy, Matsuyama, Bradley, and Scott.
Keegan and Adam
Keegan
Scott. That's a
Bradley
good
and Adam
team.
Scott.
Right? Keegan's playing fantastic. Matsuyama just shot, what, 34 under or something like
Yeah,
that
I know.
at the Century, which is crazy.
I
Rory's
know.
playing phenomenal golf to start the year. How do you and then you got
Adam Scott, Mr. Consistent. Yeah, Mr. Consistent. I know.
that's a tough one, but I think I'd have to take the PGA Tour guys there.
All right, that's the
That's
first.
a good squad. That's a good
That's a
squad.
great
Who's
squad.
playing really well.
That's a great spot. And Keegan played well again at the Century.
Yeah, he
Captain.
did. Can you believe those scores? I mean, that's pretty common for the Century.
It is.
I think the top 4 lowest 4-day scores in history are all at the Century.
At the Plantation course. Same course. Okay, so that's a first for this show. We have advanced the TGL team, and Boston Common will take on the Range. They might be going a long way here.
Yeah, practice going.
Legion versus Ironheads. This is not a hard choice.
I can't believe you included the Ironheads.
Legion 13 moves on. Stinger who Jay loves. Jay loves everybody on Stinger. He loves Clean Dean. He loves Louie. Like if he wasn't a Ripper fan, he would be a Stinger fan, I think.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I like them close to equal.
You're even like a weird like Charles Schwartzel fan.
Yeah, well, I watched Charles Schwartzel win a major when I was working at Dick's Sporting Goods in the golf department, so kind of like he has a little
Yeah.
something in my heart, you know.
Yeah.
I've seen him at his best moments.
And a little something in your
I really
pants every time you see
Yeah,
him. Yeah. Who's on the team they're facing?
So
The
the
Bay?
Bay Area butt
That's
pirates are Ludwig
that's
Aberg,
yeah, Aberg.
Wyndham Clark, Minwoo Lee, and Shane Lowry.
take Shane out of the picture. How do you not want to root for that team though? Minwoo Lee, that guy's
I know.
amazing.
Yo, and did
Come
you
on,
hear? They're not even gonna let him cook. He's benched the first week.
that's so grime.
On Tuesday night, the Bay is playing, and Minwoo Lee is not playing
Why?
because they can only use 3 guys.
Oh,
That's the
right.
rules.
Yeah.
That's the rules. So he's on the bench. He got benched.
He's a fan favorite.
I know. Well, hopefully that'll help out the show, right? Like he'll be able to talk and not play. That would be a sweet move if he's there and he's like got like a barbecue grill going or something. Little
Yeah, right. Mic him
Minwoo
up.
cooks.
Mic
No,
him
are
up.
That'd
you
be
kidding me?
sick.
It's a hibachi. You gotta have a
Or
hibachi.
hibachi. Yeah.
Yeah,
Minwoo style.
they could get sponsored by
Blackstone.
Blackstone.
Blackstone. There it is.
We're on the same page tonight. I know.
That's
Never won a
freaking
thing though.
great.
Never won a thing
I
though.
know, but
Never won a thing though.
someone can't win indoors. Is that what we're talking about, or we're just talking about the
Well,
We're doing
studio
both.
team?
they're
Yeah, they're
playing
doing both.
both.
Okay.
I know. And I hate Wyndham Clark, but
I feel like a lot of people didn't like Bryson for so long because they didn't understand him
They
or
didn't
know how he
understand him.
was off the course
Okay.
or how he really was. Maybe that's a Wyndham Clark thing, but
He
I
could
don't
be
think so.
autistic. He could be autistic.
He could be my least favorite golfer, and I think it's just his attitude on course, the way people see him week to week. I don't know what it is, but I mean that's at least my personal opinion. I don't know how you guys feel about him.
Come on the show, Wyndham. We will accept you. We'll give you. We'll give you
I'll tell you how
whatever.
it is. Though.
If you got to go there and you got to if you got to have one of those like spinners in your hand, or those little gadgets, whatever, to control your stutter or whatever you got going on, you are more than welcome to come join us.
What are them, comfort pets or something?
We're taking the Bay over Stinger.
Yeah.
Is that what's happening?
No.
I think we are. No.
No way. No.
Well, it's 2-1. So sorry.
Although they have some people that are likable, minus Wyndham Clark, I still think the Stinger would do it.
All right.
You got some old men in there, man, that just know what they're doing. Hit the fairways.
Unfortunately, you are outvoted. That's how this competition works. All right. So we got now. We disagreed.
Rock, paper, scissors?
No. If we couldn't agree, one person just took charge. All right. Crushers. Crusher. This is to get to the final 4. Crushers versus Fireballs. We know where Jerome sits. Jay, can Sergio beat Bryce? No.
No.
I didn't think
Crushers.
So. Yeah.
Crushers. They're too close of a team too. They all love each other. They're delicious golfers.
We have Cleeks versus New York Golf Club. Is that right? Did we actually put New York Golf Club through? Did I put New York Golf Club through?
Yeah.
Tigers team? No, that's Cam Young and those guys, right?
It's
that's
Colin. No, it's Colin.
Shoffley, Fowler, Fitzpatrick, and
Oh,
Young.
Shoffley. Yeah, Shoffley.
Jim Fallon owns that team.
Yeah, they're playing the Cleeks, Jay.
I take New York.
Yeah.
I take Shoffley playing alone.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
He's too good.
Yeah.
Jerome loves the Cleeks. He loves him some Cleeks.
I just think they've played some really good golf last year, and I think they play well together. And listen, if the both of you take New York, I mean, I'll concede it. I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to fight you, and I'll try to convince you otherwise.
Okay. Well, we'll tally your vote for the Cleeks. They appreciate you, but New York is going to move on to the final 4. And that's going to set up a Xander versus Bryson in the final 4. That's sick. That is a sick matchup. Now, at the bottom half, we have Boston Common, the 10 seed, and the Range Goats, the 15 seed. Cinderella is lost her shoe
close
at this point. It's not a match.
No.
So Boston Common has moved into the final 4, and we'll find out who they play here as Legion 13 takes on the team from the Bay.
Legion takes it.
Yep. Jay, do you disagree with that? Rom Hatton.
No.
Rom Hatton, Caleb, and whoever they add. Yeah.
Yeah, Legion.
Yeah. All right. So our final 4 is set. We've got Crushers, we've got New York Golf Club, we've got Boston Common, and we've got Legion 13. Do not call us homers. two of
That's
the
fair.
four teams. Yeah, that is that. I think
That's
we've
fair.
got it down. I think we nailed it here. I
You
think we
know what
got
we
it.
did? We took the best teams,
Yep. Yep.
regardless of tour.
Yeah. And I think for sure we have the two best from each somehow made it through. You know what I mean? I think we've gotten there to that point. So Crushers or the New York Golf Club? Jerome?
I'm gonna say the Crushers. I think they have the team dynamic on their side.
And what are we talking right now? Outside on a real course or indoors?
Both.
So
They play in both.
What playing both? So they would play one round of the TGL style indoor golf, along with their rules and their timeouts and their power ups, and
Fake and
They're on
and
fires and all
the
that stuff.
short
Yeah,
yeah,
big
yeah, yeah,
shot clock.
the short bus fans,
yeah.
the skirts, the whole thing.
And then concurrently, they would have to TGL would have to come and play a round of 18 walking shotgun style like live.
Right. Total lift style. Now that
So what if it's only
probably
one?
it's probably an advantage to the TGL guys because they've been hitting into a tarp a lot more than the lift guys,
Right, as well as playing outside.
as
So
well as playing
you
outside.
have a one-off. But with that being said, Bryson does a lot of like the trickery stuff over his house, things like that. You could kind of bring that into that whole hitting into a mat thing, the repetitiveness of those kind
Mm-hmm.
of things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just hitting. And Anirban and all those guys, they've been on his YouTube channel a bunch. So like you're doing those outside of golf things that are kind of like
Different
what do you call them? I don't even know. Like what's this
carnival
kind of whatever you call
carnival
that?
games called carnival
Carnival
games.
games. Perfect.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
it. And I think they're better golfers. I do. I think Shoffley's phenomenal. I think Ricky has been. We all know, no surprise that he's struggling. Cam Young, great young golfer, playing well, but who knows what to expect. And who else they have? Oh, Matt Fitzpatrick, right? I mean, he's just
By the
He's
way,
whatever.
not.
Matt,
He's not.
So
I feel your teeth, bro. I feel the teeth thing
Matt
now.
Fitzpatrick
I'm with you,
isn't
Matt.
actually a human being. We're gonna find out he's just a meat puppet with an
He just got
alien
the hottest
inside of him.
wife on tour. He has the hottest wife on tour. I might have to just have this whole show play out. I usually edit this thing. There's so much good stuff going on in this episode. I can't edit.
keep the laugh. Just
I
keep that
can't
in
edit.
mind.
You guys are both on the Crushers, so it doesn't matter what I say. But I will say the Crushers would probably win. That'd be my vote. If I had to break a tie, I'd break the tie with the Crushers. Okay. Again, I'm going to take myself out of this one because you all know that I'm going for Rory. I think this would be a sick real life match. I think if there was ever a crossover that needed to happen, if there was ever a crossover where they were just like, here is the moment that we're going to have, we're just going to have one day, YouTube is going to put on a show and Boston Common Golf guys show up and the Legion 13 guys show up and they just go at it for like 36 holes, match play or some crazy shit. If you want to turn like golf fans back to golf, that's exactly these are the two teams.
If it was a fight, I would say Legion, right? You got
Yes.
Hatton, you got
Oh yeah.
Rom.
They got the
But
youngest guy. They got
Caleb
Caleb,
Surratt.
youngest dude. Yeah.
in a fight, but you know what? I don't want to jump ahead, but I'm going to. I would say Crushers, Boston Common in the finals. I would. And I'd love to
I'm
see it.
I'm staying
I'd
out
pay anything.
unless I need to break a tie. I'm staying out.
I just feel like Legion has played such good golf together.
Never
Yeah,
out of a tournament. Never out of a tournament at
yeah.
any moment.
I mean, I feel like that part of it, they work so well together. I just feel like that they would take this. It would come down to the wire.
This is where I would love to know who the fourth player was for Legion. They haven't announced it yet. And
Yeah, of course. Make a
so
big
knowing
difference.
that would make a huge difference in this.
And I said this. I
I'm
said
talking
this
about
to
what we
Aaron before.
have in the unknown.
I said this to Aaron before, and I don't know if you were around for it or not because you were just like creeping in the
Probably.
background. I feel like all the live teams get the familiarity, get the bonus points for familiarity, right? When it comes time to use all those fucking whatever you want to call them, power ups or whatever in TGL, all the guys that are on Legion 13 have played enough with each other that they'll know the best times to apply that and to call a timeout or make those calls where the guys from Boston Common, they all know that they play golf, but they don't I don't think they have enough familiarity to really take advantage of
That
some
is
of the things.
a great point. The fact
And
that they're already a team
right. And
prior
I
to
and I
this.
feel like
Correct.
that gives Legion the edge in TGL's portion of it.
Right. It would probably give a big edge to any of the teams in Live going to TGL for that same reason. Yeah, I think a team aspect. They already know each other's games. They have to kind of play off of that. and the other side is just so individual. Yeah, they may play with each other in a tournament each week, but you're not, you don't hang out off the field as much as you do
Right.
as a team on. That's true. Yeah, that would
I'm
definitely go a long way. But I'm still thinking Boston versus the
I'm
That's
the
Crushers.
fair.
That's easy.
tiebreaker. I'm the tiebreaker, and you
I know
guys
you're
know
gonna
it.
go with Legion.
And
That's
you guys
fine.
know it. I got Rory. I got my Rory tattoo on my chest, and there's no way I'm gonna pick against him in a tiebreaking scenario.
You're such a fucking embarrassment. Who
Can't
put
do
the,
it.
And I'm
who
a
fucking put
closet
this
frog.
guy in
I'm a
charge?
closet frog, dude. I'm a closet frog. If I had to pick a TGL
Closet
team,
frog.
I'd be
The
all
true
over the
barking
frogs,
frog. The true barking frog.
all over the frogs. I'm all about the frogs. Love frogs. Don't like frogs, but all right.
That's
We're
tough.
down to the championship. Boston Common of the TGL, a Crushers GC from LIV Golf.
Take the Crushers, man.
It's the Crushers, dude.
I'm never voting against Bryson. Just with what he's been, all the magic surrounding him. He's phenomenal. He bombs the ball. He's got a phenomenal short game. He's been putting lights out. And it's not just him. I mean, he's the standout on the team, but everybody else, they're just when it comes down to what Chris said, the team on both sides. We know what they can do on a golf course, but then bringing that team aspect into TGL format and being elite golfers in their own right and have that camaraderie. I think they have some of the best team camaraderie out of anybody in LIV. What you see on YouTube, what you see them hanging out all the time. Bryson calling Anirban his best friend, like those things are huge, bringing it into a fully another team format type thing. So I will never put money against Bryson and the Crushers.
Well, we know where.
Yeah, I already said Crushers.
Taking Rory.
It doesn't matter what I take because you guys already it's 2 out of 3. But I think if you had to ask me right now, who has a better chance of winning their league, separate Boston Common or the Crushers? I'm gonna throw that to you guys. Who's got a better
What
chance
do
of
you
winning
mean?
their league?
What do you mean?
Their
Better chance of
individual league.
winning.
Their individual league. Like, do Boston Common have a better chance to win TGL, or do the Crushers have a better chance to win LIV this year?
I see.
It's 1 versus 14 and 1 versus 7.
I think my thing is I think the Crushers have a better chance of winning due to track record, how good they are playing in LIV. The reason I say that is because we all know indoor. I just played Jack the other day indoor, 2.5 hours. Okay, we were neck and neck the whole time. I ended up beating him by like a stroke or two. When I go play Robbie, somebody who lives in the woods on the course, just stinks, can't putt, can't do anything. Love you, Rob. Not really, but beats me every single time. I think out of 10 rounds we played in there, I maybe beat him twice. This guy smokes me indoors. So, some players that don't perform out on the court, a Rory, or I'm sorry, a Ricky, or, maybe some people we haven't seen as much. I said this a couple weeks back when we talked, they may outperform everybody on that format.
Sim.
The way you strike the ball might not, like when I hit a driver, like Cheech always said, when I hit a driver, I was hitting a driver, smoking it, 240, 235. It's like, dude, I know I hit it further than that on the course, right? And I had my little thing set up behind it. We did 275, 278. It's just like sometimes it doesn't pick a certain swing up as good. So maybe a Tiger won't do as good or whoever won't do as good. So I think in a format they already know, the Crushers will have a better chance of winning LIV than golfers that we know are really good on paper, Rory and those guys, on a simulated golf course. Does that make
This
sense?
is gonna this is gonna come as a total surprise to you guys. I think the Crushers are gonna win LIV in 2025. I do. I think they have a better chance than Boston Common does. I think this
I
is
don't think you're crazy. I
this
think
is
you're right.
we've been LIV and the Crushers have been building towards this year over year. A little bit more out of them, a little bit more out of Bryson, a little bit more out of Anirban. When Charles Howell shows up, there's courses that he plays well on. You know what I mean? Like it's a good team. This is a very good golf team. And if LIV is smart and they build around a team, they need to build around the Crushers. That's the team they need to build around. That team needs to be front and center every single week. Show them behind the scenes. Show people what the team golf aspect is like, because they're the perfect example of it. Perfect.
Yeah, I agree.
Crushers. Number 1 seed takes down the tournament. Anyway, we're going to get ripped for a couple things. We're going to get ripped for basically not knowing the TGL rules. So what? We're going to get destroyed. We're going to get destroyed for having Ripper GC go out in the first round for the range goods with two players making it past Tiger Woods' team, which was amazing.
I'm going back to my point. It's very hard to do it this way because anything can happen when you're
Anything
playing
can
an
happen.
indoor.
No
Mm.
doubt. I hope one day there is a cross-promotional team event like this, and we could see a bracket-style TGL LIV teams mixing it up. That'd be really cool. That would mean, though, that TGL has to survive on TV, which
Yeah,
you guys are.
that type of simulation is just not. No matter how much you make it feel like real life, it's just not real life. Flight simulators, any of that stuff. It's close. You put yourself in positions where you can, maybe get yourself out of it in a real life situation, but it's not real life. You don't have all that other stuff that comes into play. So I just feel like it's anybody's game there. Outside, you have to really perform. We'll
Agreed.
see.
Agreed. We might have to do like a special TGL reaction video later this week if this thing is like a total disaster. So be prepared.
It probably will be.
I hope the first shot. I hope whoever hits the first shot misses the screen. They've been talking about how big this screen is. The screen can fit like 13 Suburbans or something on it.
Yeah, it looks massive.
It's some crazy shit like that. It's like a massive screen. I hope the first shot they top it or it misses the screen or whatever. Like, God, that'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
That would be.
It'd be so good. Good luck to my frogs. Do you guys pick a TGL team?
We did the generator, right?
Yep.
I had New York, which I wasn't thrilled about.
Oh, that's right. We did the stupid thing on their website. I forgot about that.
Somebody had the Bay, I think.
I think that was me.
So, you're a Bay boy?
Yeah, of course. I mean, if there's anyone on the show who's got the tism like Wyndham Clark.
Yeah, you got jism in your tism.
Tism.
All right, well, season 3, boys. Fucking awesome. We made it. We made it longer than TGL than TGL will. I'm gonna call it now. Our podcast will last longer than Tomorrow Golf League.
The golfing ladies.
All right. Anybody else got anything?
No. Thanks for looking at me for the first 15 minutes.
I can't wait to play that back. All right. Let's get the fuck out of here.